Have you ever pondered how do Christians who strictly adhere to the teachings of the Holy Scripture justify dressing up as witches and goblins, characters often associated with dark forces, and enthusiastically participate in the door-to-door candy collection tradition of Halloween? This conundrum may appear starkly against the principles of Christianity, which champions virtues of kindness and love. Halloween, with its roots in customs, seems to conflict with Christian beliefs. The task of reconciling these two incongruous elements can feel like attempting to merge the unmergeable. Halloween, much like your Aunt Patty's mystery casserole, has a history that's a mix of varied elements. Let's take a quick trip through its foggy past. Halloween owes its roots to the Celtic festival of Samhain, marking the end of harvest season. The Celts believed this was the time when the barrier between our world and the spirit world was at its thinnest. Fast forward a few centuries to the vast Roman Empire. They had their own fall festivities, such as Feralia, a tribute to the departed, and Pomona, a festival for the goddess of fruits and trees. Sounds familiar? Well, it's not so different from our modern apple-bobbing tradition. The Middle Ages heralded change as the Catholic Church attempted to reinterpret these pagan celebrations. November 1st was declared All Saints' Day, and the evening before, All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween. These were times to remember saints and the departed. Halloween, as we know it today, didn't take shape until the 19th century. Irish immigrants with their rich traditions added costumes, trick-or-treating, and jack-o'-lanterns to the mix. These practices, however, deviated significantly from biblical teachings. They were more pagan, superstitious, and shed light on a very different narrative. But here's the crux. These customs and rituals, they are steeped in superstition, paganism, and practices that diverge considerably from the doctrines of the Bible. It's quite analogous to discovering a raisin in your chocolate chip cookie. It may present a sweet exterior, but the interior tells a contrasting story. That casserole might be more appealing now, huh? But hold your horses, we've got more to uncover. So, what does Christianity have to say about this? Is it a treat or just a trick wrapped in a colorful candy wrapper? Let's delve into this. Halloween, with its costumes and sweets, can spark conflict for Christians due to its pagan origins. Despite modern commercialization, it is sometimes seen as a nod to ancient pagan practices, creating a conundrum for those of the Christian faith. The Bible, in 1 Thessalonians 5:22, advises believers to all forms of evil. Some Christians interpret this as a directive to steer clear of Halloween celebrations, viewing them as a subliminal endorsement of pagan rituals. Hence, they refrain from participating, aligning their behavior with their faith. Conversely, others interpret Halloween as an opportunity to shine their light amidst the darkness. They seize this moment to reach out to their communities, express love, and share the gospel. They perceive it not as an evil celebration, but an opportunity to embody Christ's love. The issue is complex and nuanced. It's important to consider the historical and cultural context of Halloween, as well as individual interpretations of Christian teachings. What if, rather than focusing on Halloween's paradox, we focus on autumn's allure? The crisp air, the leaves transforming into shades of gold and crimson, the bountiful harvest. These are all emblems of nature's magnificence. It's a time for gratitude and community bonding. So it seems Halloween be more trick than treat for some Christians, but don't go tossing out your candy just yet. We're not done. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating for a dull, solitary Halloween evening. Rather, I propose we explore the vast array of wholesome alternatives readily available during this festive season. Autumn, colloquially known as fall, opens up a delightful panorama of celebrations that are simultaneously enjoyable and in sync with Christian values. As the foliage transitions from green to shimmering gold, our communities buzz with vibrant events that foster unity and shared experiences. One such example is the lowly pumpkin patch. Regarded by many as a mere spot for picking out a future jack-o'-lantern, these patches transform into lively arenas of fellowship and laughter during the fall season. If you're fortunate, you may even partake in a quaint hayride, offering an adrenaline rush devoid of any Halloween spooks. And how can we overlook the traditional game of apple bobbing? You might instinctively associate it with Halloween, but this jovial competition predates the bags of trick or treat sweets by centuries. The laughter that ensues from a group of friends, family, or even strangers trying to catch apples is indeed a sight to behold. Churches, the cornerstone of Christian fellowship, present another wonderful avenue for fall celebrations. Many host harvest festivals, wholesome congregations teeming with food, companionship, and merriment. Attendees engage in games, crafts, sometimes even interacting with a petting zoo. These festivals serve as platforms to express gratitude for God's generous bounty, to appreciate the grandeur of His creation, and to fortify the bonds within the community. Fall is also a designated time for thanks, extending beyond the confines of Thanksgiving Day itself. It's a period to ponder upon our blessings, to serve those who are less fortunate, and to extend love and kindness towards our fellow beings. These are the principles that we as Christians cherish. So, why not immerse ourselves in these joyous, community-centric celebrations? They overflow with happiness, camaraderie, and an aura of gratitude. The best part? There's absolutely no need to don a costume depicting something that lurks in the shadows. So, I pose the question, why cling to Halloween when pumpkin patches, hay rides, and apple bobbing contests offer such wholesome fun? Now, I've done a lot of talking, but what about you? What's your take on Halloween? Friends, we all come backgrounds, each carrying a myriad of experiences. These experiences shape our perspectives on various aspects of life, including Halloween. Whether you're someone who annually carves pumpkins or someone who enjoys a quiet fall festival at your local church, your experiences are valuable. You might be indifferent about the intersection of culture and in religion, or it might be a topic of deep contemplation over a brisk autumn morning cup of cider. Regardless, your perspective is important. Halloween, a holiday of diverse opinions, can be a conversation starter. The beauty of life, after all, lies in this diversity. We aren't here to compete, but to converse and understand. Whether you've spent your Halloweens yelling trick or treat while marching door to door or passing an evening at your local church's fall festival, each experience holds its own value. How about we dive deep into this discussion? Let's explore the merging points of Halloween and faith, the reasons why we do or don't reconcile the two. Everyone has a unique story and unique perspective. Maybe you have an intriguing tale from a Halloween long past, or a thoughtful question to pose. Feel free to share in the comments below. Let's open up this discussion. Let's create a dialogue. In this world, where we're all trying to find meaning and live out our faith, it's these conversations that help us navigate. This isn't a courtroom, but a community space. We're not here to judge, but to learn and grow. Remember, this is a conversation, not a debate. Your perspective is valuable and it deserves to be heard. So here's my invitation. Let's engage in a conversation about Halloween and faith, share our thoughts, our stories, our questions, and our beliefs. Let's do so with an open mind, respecting each other's perspectives, acknowledging that we're all on unique paths to the same destination. Let's get this dialogue started and learn from each other. So friends, I'm eager to hear your thoughts, experiences, and musings on Halloween and Christianity. Share a story, ask a question, let's spark a conversation. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here. So don't be shy, comment below, we're all ears. And no, we won't turn into bats if you disagree.